Government declared it as a national monument.
The Singapore government intends to gazette the site of 38 Oxley Road as a national monument. The property is the family home of the country's late founding Prime Minister, Lee Kuan Yew, and assessed to be of historic significance and national importance. If the site is preserved and acquired, it will be converted into a public space, including the possibility of being a heritage park. Alif Amshah reports.
Taking root within these walls, some of Singapore's most pivotal moments as it charted its course towards independence. For this reason, the government is earmarking the site as a national monument. It's the latest development in a lengthy dispute over the fate of 38 Oxley Road. The site is owned by a company, of which Mr. Lee Kuan Yew's youngest son Lee Hsien Yang is the sole shareholder. The government says it has given the owner a written notice of its intention to make a preservation order. The owner has 2 weeks to submit any objections.
If the minister decides to go ahead, with the gazetting, then I think the options for Mr. Lee Hsien Yang will be somewhat limited because this is a matter that the courts are not going to interfere with regard to whether the site should be gazetted or not. But Mr. Lee can certainly, consider judicial review if he believes and is able to show, that the decision-making process was somehow tainted.
Authorities say every objection will be taken into account before a final decision on the property is made. To avoid any conflicts of interest, public servants on the Preservation of Sites and Monuments Advisory Board had recused themselves from the assessment of the site. If the property is preserved and acquired, it will be turned into a public space that cannot be redeveloped for residential, commercial or other private uses. The government will also consider all options on the table.
That could mean, anything from, a complete, demolishing of all structures, on the site, so that it becomes a park, for example, or that certain elements could be preserved, but with all elements of the family quarters not being evident. So it's really a question of how do we get that balance right, and this is where I think that there will be a variety of views.
The government says it intends to make a decision on the matter well within its current term. And regardless which option is eventually taken, it says that it will respect Mr. Lee Kuan Yew's wishes. Traces of Mr. Lee's and his family's private living spaces from the site will be removed. NHB says if the acquisition goes through, a professional private valuer will be appointed to determine the compensation amount for the site. Acting Culture, Community and Youth Minister David Neo says the intention to gazette the site recognises its historic significance and importance. He says this will preserve a key part of Singapore's history for generations to come.
Hello friends, we come to the end already. Haven't subscribed yet? Yes, press the subscribe button and the like button and the share button. Thank you and have a nice day.